Hey, boos and poos. Okay, so now we gonna watch together. Cam Newton says he is a father eight, and this is the whole Cam Newton thing. So we're gonna get into. I don't know the whole thing, but he sat down with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and for what I'm seeing, it was some mess that was going on. So let's get into it. Thanks again for coming to Pam's Perspective, so that we can watch it together. Much love. Let's start.
They questioning this for you.
What situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high functioning?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both really.
And they think that you're low functioning.
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Is can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yes, more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right?
Duh.
I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent
I
of this
just want
then? Or
God
by
to
your
bring
wife?
her. I just want God to bring her.
Oh, okay. And you have so you just
Because my point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you would say it, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
All right, y'all, I want to stop right there for a second. I want y'all to comment down below. What do y'all think? Because I don't know. It's already starting out. I don't know. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going. We ain't gonna make no. Let's keep going. Because I ain't even.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent. They are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without Daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them,
Right.
but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because...
Okay, I'm going to stop right there for a second. So this is just the beginning. But what I'm starting to feel from the beginning is, while I agree with the doctor, it's very textbook. I believe that it's both. So it's kind of hard to get one person straight without getting the other. And I'm not for Cam Newton. I'm not for it. I did not agree necessarily, but what I'm starting to see is, you kind of got to attack both, because women are also allowing, and it doesn't mean that it's right, but women are also allowing. So what about women do we need to build in ourselves so we don't allow this behavior? You see what I'm saying? So let's go on, though. She may touch on it. I'm not sure. Let's see.
There's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health-wise, and community-wise, that black men would stop.
Black men will what?
Stop doing that. That they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife.
Do y'all believe it's just black men?
And then you have all these other houses that are homeless.
It's men
But you
in
over
general?
here, at some point, when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will. You get whatever you want.
Comment down below. I'm
You're trying to
curious
create a
see what
home.
y'all feel.
Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish. Epitome of selfish. I'm done. You can go for
Okay,
it.
so let's. All right, so what identifies as a broken home?
You. I'm just messing, but
What you have going on
broken
with
home,
these, whoever you're not in the house
textbook.
with, is a broken home. It's called a blended family. It's called a blended family.
That means.
That the family is blended. So blended.
So blended means broken.
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy that you were entertaining, you would go as low as 26.
That I would entertain?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
And as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids.
See, my issue with Cam Newton is he seems
Yeah, as high as-
instead of
Whoever doesn't have kids, whatever age he is with
being
no kids.
I
responsive
just.
first.
No, that's the
He
age.
has
I'm
to
saying I don't
now
have an
attack
age
her
range
or
as far as how
attack her.
old if he has no kids.
So your
he's a candidate.
non-negotiable is a person who does not have children.
My non-negotiable is a person with kids. But yes, I get how you're saying it. Yes.
So you cannot date a person. You cannot be with a
I
person.
can, but I'm choosing not to.
So
I can be with anyone, but I'm choosing not to.
You're
I gotta correct it. It's my narrative, Cam.
You're
I
like
can.
jumping in,
I
jumping out. It's either-
can. No, it's not I can't. There's no such thing. I can date whoever I want. I am definitely well
She's saying she will
equipped
not
to do
date.
so.
Okay.
So I'm not
She
going to allow
chooses
that
not.
word to be something that
That's
fits
her
what I
preference.
can't do. I'm well equipped to date anybody.
Yes.
My preference,
Yes.
because there's nothing wrong with a lot of men who have kids. So I don't
Cam
want
has to
to
listen
put that
with an
narrative
open
out there.
mind as well,
My
not be
personal
so
preference is I
attacked.
would not choose
That's
to
what I
date a man
feel,
with kids.
what I'm
Okay.
hearing.
Yes.
So you're dating a man with kids. Just a scenario.
Oh, okay, got it.
You're
Yes.
dating a man with kids.
Yes.
I know she was thinking.
So
I tell him I ain't.
you've identified that that's a broken home from the jump. With your verbiage of blended family means broken.
I've identified that I'm dating a broken man who is creating who he is. Because we can teach what we know, we create who we are. And so broken people create brokenness, whether it's through a child, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through themselves. It doesn't have to be a beautiful baby, but you're creating brokenness. And broken people can come from married households. I'm not saying that a two-parent household can't create
Right.
the result of a child who then has brokenness and creates broken blended families everywhere. I'm not negating
That's
that.
not my point.
No, I know I'm making that point. But yes,
But my point.
my answer is
Okay, so
I
can
not
someone-
only identify
can
that
you
those
get to the phone,
homes
please?
are houses without a home because he's not in them,
Yeah.
but also that he's a broken man.
But you're going to be with a broken man.
No, I won't. I just said I wouldn't be with a man. I wouldn't be with a broken man who has multiple kids. I would take
No, no,
a
no, no.
broken
multiple.
without kids.
I'm
well,
talking.
a kid. It
So
doesn't matter.
you're
I don't
not
wanna-
going to date a man with children.
No, but let me clear this up because you said I won't
She keeps
date a
saying the
broken
same
man. That's not what I said.
No, I said, are you? Listen to what I'm
I heard
saying.
you. Let me answer it. Hold on. We all have a level of brokenness. So will I date a broken man? Yes. Am I going to date a certain type of brokenness? No.
Of course you're not.
And that type of brokenness is a man who has kids outside of me isn't something that's conducive for what I want.
Okay, and
forever.
we can agree.
Will you date him?
No.
That's
So
her preference.
that goes to my point. I'm trying to ask a question. You have two different men right here. One man who has...
I will not date a man with kids.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Yes.
Tell him, boo. She say, I'm
But do you understand, just off of the statistic?
I'm not seeing the Cam Newton situation in the interview with Dr. That lady, I got it on the screen.
Okay, so these are people...
I'm not seeing it the same way y'all seeing it. Y'all keep saying, oh, she read him.
How they look at
She ate him up. All I heard was a man who lives in reality and a woman who knows textbook definitions of stupid men. I'm not saying that Cam Newton is smart for what he's doing. I actually, preach against shit like that. I made a video last week saying that the problem with a lot of dating that's going on is the big, tall, rich, handsome guy who make videos talking about, I'll fuck a four right now, I don't care. They're the ones who need sexual discipline and they're ruining everything. I agree with that whole premise, right? Cam Newton got 8 kids with 3 women and wants marriage and wants more kids and woody woody woo. And the lady talking about, you're not God, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Right.
But he lives in the reality by which he can, because there's still women, a lot of women, a lot of smart, young, attractive women who will still willingly get pregnant by Cam Newton. So his reality doesn't line up with all her smarts. With every degree she has,
so
she
I want
cannot
y'all to tell me, do y'all
combat
think
that.
this is true? I know it's
And that's why
true, but
when we have these conversations, women get so mad when men try to hold them accountable. Because you can't hold Cam Newton accountable. This is one of those situations where it's like,
it's all about money, huh?
instead of y'all be yelling, like, instead of telling a woman what to wear and where to go, how about we tell grapists to stop graping? You could never do it.
Right.
I think the grapists know that graping is bad.
Okay.
Telling them to stop, there's literal laws
the
against them. They're not
problem
going to
is?
stop. King Von knew murder was illegal. He still did it. Trying to police the villain is crazy. We need to be talking to the women who will willingly get pregnant by a millionaire. Stop it, ladies.
I think
Y'all want to get on here with these think pieces talking about look at how bad these men are. Half of y'all talking would get pregnant by that man. On purpose.
Ooh,
The problem is the women who will still procreate with this man.
No one.
Y'all get on here, y'all talk about Nick Cannon, y'all talk about all these guys, right? Yeah, he's the guy at the top of it who needs to answer for all of it. But why are there still women who will willingly get pregnant by these men? On purpose! They try and get in his space so that they can get pregnant by him. Baddies, beautiful women, smart women, women who know exactly what they're doing. So you can't tell him that he got this complex and he might be a narcissist and he this and he that and he this, when his reality, all he sees is beautiful young women trying to get pregnant by him. One of y'all are wrong about real life.
I'm not saying what he's saying is wrong.
One of y'all are wrong about real life. As a father, I know it takes a lot more than money to raise a child. He got 8 of them talking about he wants some more. But again, there's women who are cool with it.
Multiple households.
So we can't keep getting on these podcasts. Oh, look at how bad of a man this is. Look how... Bro, they're being enabled by somebody, and it ain't me. They're being enabled by beautiful young women. That's what's going on.
I'm gonna be honest, it's not a hard concept to understand that if you as a man, you have a child with someone, or you have 8 kids with 3 or 4 different baby mamas, and then you still want to get married to someone that is not one of the parents to your child, it is not hard to understand that, yes, that is technically a broken home. It's not hard. We as men fight, talk about how important it is that kids have their fathers in their life, but then when we talk about a broken home, all of a sudden we're like, no, it's not a broken home because I provide for my kids financially. Provide for my baby mamas. I give my baby mamas homes. I give my baby mamas money. As we all know, there is so much more to being a father than just providing shelter, providing finances, and being there for your kids some of the time. First off, if you have 8 kids by different women, there's no way you can be there for all those kids equally. You will
somebody
spread
will
yourself
miss out on
thin.
something.
You will have to miss some occasions, especially during graduation season. What about those nights where you want to be with dad because you had a bad dream? What about those nights where you want to come home for school or wait for dad to come home and tell them how great your dad was, but your child can't do that because dad's with his other family? I understand I'm not a father.
Right.
I understand that I'm not a parent. But I understand where that therapist was coming from, and she was more than right. There are so many things, little microscopic things that you can miss if you have a bunch of different kids by a bunch of different women that your money, your resources will never be able to fix within that child.
After watching some of the trending interviews from Dr. Cheyenne Bryant with Nick Cannon and Cam Newton, I've come to the conclusion that some of us brothers just don't get it. And we probably never will. We'll probably choose to continue living the way that we live and we think is healthy. We think nothing's wrong with it because it's working. It's getting a result that or desired outcome that we want. But it's not healthy and it's not really what we need.
Right.
What stands out to me about the Nick Cannon interview is when he said he's proud of his advantages. And that's cool. Like, it's cool to own whatever you are, whatever you're doing that's working for you. He kept saying, it's working. Just because it's working doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's healthy. He owned up to preying on women's wants and desires, and he thinks that's okay. The doctor was right when she said, you're just surviving.
Right.
When you are doing whatever you have to do or whatever you need to do to get like a desired outcome from a person, you're being manipulative, you're being strategic. That's unhealthy.
Yes,
that's low functioning.
On both
because
parties,
you're being
not just
what you
not
have
just
to be instead of being what you are naturally, being what you want to be. And that's why over the years you've seen him display several different characteristics. Like 1 minute he's a revolutionary, the next minute he's like Moorish Science Temple wearing the turban and stuff like that. Then the next minute he's like this astute businessman and all this stuff. And you'll see him display like multiple characters. Not saying that he isn't all of those things,
right.
but I think he has yet to find a way to combine all of those great things about himself and truly and steadily just be this one fantastic person that he is. It seems like he's being pulled in so many different directions. That's why he's got like children all over the place, and it just seems like his mind and his focus is like
everywhere
in a million different places.
Do y'all agree?
He still doesn't understand
seem to be
that those
everywhere.
survival tactics that he developed, and I think him and Godfrey in that interview with Neil said they developed it in high school. He doesn't understand that those tactics that got him through his young adolescent, young adult years, those things won't work as a fully developed grown man. You have to be who you are and stand on who you are and attract the right people to you.
So
and the Cam Newton situation was just a complete mess. He has, admittedly, out of his own mouth, 8 children with 3 different women, and somehow he thinks that's okay. Like, technically those are broken homes. He was being defensive and reactive.
Very defensive, I do.
And triggered by the term broken home, but those homes are broken. Those homes will never have both parents continuously pouring into the children every day
and they still can get love.
Pretty much the children's every need, unless he can get all 3 baby mamas under one roof and they all somehow cohesively live together. Those are broken homes. And I think the saddest part is that these brothers, they just don't get it because they're successful and they have resources, and just because some low functioning, like the doctor said, some low functioning women, all it takes is resources to get whatever you want out of them. That doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it healthy. And instead of listening to the doctor, they were being divisive, defensive, reactionary, over talking her like you will never come to any actualization and get a breakthrough unless you listen. These are smart brothers, but as far as the emotional intelligence scale, they're pretty low. And it's just going to take some time, some self-reflection, and staying out of the media and really getting to know yourself. And for their sake and for their children's sake, I hope these brothers really do. But that's just random thoughts from a random
so
guy.
calm and peaceful.
So a lot of people have been talking about Cam Newton and Nick Cannon's interview. And they both just had an interview in the same week that's pretty similar. Both of them basically sat down in an interview and said, listen, we rich as fuck and we want as many kids as we can have with as many beautiful women, baby mamas as we can have because we can afford it. Now, is that reckless to just be out here making babies because you can afford it? Absolutely. First of all, this isn't a black thing. This is a millionaire thing. Rich men do this shit all the time. The women that was interviewing them was way too worried about them influencing other men to do shit like this. And I'm like, that's not gonna fucking happen because we not walking around with $100 million in the fucking bank. Like, niggas is out here making $20 an hour. We try to do everything in our power to make you not have the baby. But also, let's not act like these women that they are impregnating are not signing up for this shit, because they are. These rich ass men are basically seeing these beautiful ass women walking up to them and saying, hey, you're pretty enough to be my baby mom. Would you like to? I'll pay you. I'll pay you for the rest of your life. I'll pay you child support for the rest of your life. At least for the next 18 years. And the women are like, yeah, sure, why not? I get to be a rich nigga's baby mama? Shit, why not? Let's stop acting like we don't all know plenty of women that's down to be a rich nigga's baby mama. But it seems like what nobody's understanding is that everybody gets what they want except for the fucking child. The rich man gets another baby with beautiful DNA. The woman gets a baby by a rich man and gets to treat her child like a check for the next motherfucking 18 years. And it's really sad because the child just becomes the product of a father that just wanted a baby by a pretty girl and a mother that just didn't want to fucking work. Bullshit.
It truly breaks my heart when somebody...
All right, y'all. So that was the end of it. I would like for y'all to comment down below. Inbox me, whatever you want to do. Let's talk about this because I do feel that it's a little bit more to it. I think it's men and women. I do agree that it's a lot of the wealthier. Okay. Comment down below. I don't see where the interview honestly got anywhere. So we shall see. Let's see. Comment. Let's get to talking. Thanks again for watching with me on Pam's Perspective. If no one told you today, I love you. You got this. It's going to be all right. God loves you. And remember, keep God first. Thanks for tuning in to Pam's Perspective. Much love.